peers as hardworking, genuine, positive, and inclusive. Ryan is kind and respected to all students and staff. Teachers describe him as a student who leads through example and models for the younger students. I am pleased to invite your valedictorian, Ryan Maddie, to share his valedictorian address with the class.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is enjoying the night so far. Before we get started tonight, I would like to just give out a couple of thank yous. First, I would like to thank the Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Gabe Pizzuti, and the Superintendent, Ana Paula Fernandez, for accompanying our graduating class on this exciting night. Secondly, I would like to thank the teachers who day in and day out actively put forth their best effort to get us where we are today. Third, I would like to thank our friends and family, all the mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, and best friends that kept pushing us even when times got tough. I would also like to thank Mr. Barnes, Mr. Clifford, Mrs. Turnabono, and the rest of the administrative staff, as well as all the guidance counselors and custodians who kept our school afloat even when kids were whipping soap dispensers off the walls. And finally, I would like to thank and congratulate all of my fellow graduates for their hard work, dedication, and perseverance, which have all been very evident throughout the last 4 years. Before I wrote this speech, I had to take some time to sit and reflect, because here I am having to write a 10-minute speech on our 4 years at SAB. The time we spent together was by no means easy, but in the end, that's what made it unique. I would ask myself, did enough things even happen for me to write a 10-minute speech? I dug deep, and the answer was clear. 10 minutes is simply not enough. We had an amazing 4 years, full of many amazing people. Our class got to experience the beauty that were Stephen Toivonen jokes, because now I know Mickey Mouse is an insult. Cole started rapping, because everybody loves a little snowplow. And of course, Ben Lesky, because if you know, you know. Now, as funny as those three are, we can't forget about the rest of us, because we all played our own vital role in making our class what it is today. Some of us made BNNs, some of us ran school events, and some of us even dominated in school sports, especially Ethan Daw and Maya Budovic. But all of us sat in class together, learning and laughing every step of the way, even when Mr. Bowden's thinking questions destroyed us. The group of people who make up this class are by no means ordinary, but rather extraordinary in the way we are able to come together and make events into what they are. Because whether it was our grade 9 semi-formal, last month's prom, or anything in between, we always found a way to consistently bring the energy. We had our school dances, we had the Goodwill Classic, and hey, we had a pretty damn good run in basketball this year. But regardless of the sport, regardless of the game, and regardless of the event, we were there. And once again, every single time, we brought that energy. Whether it was in the form of hoodies, signs, or face paint, at the end of the day, it was greater than just any game or event. It was a moment for us to spend together. We had moments like pep rallies and prom, but sometimes those moments were as simple as going out to Don's, because even if it's going out for lunch, those poor McDonald's workers quickly learned that SAB students always bring that SAB energy. I wholeheartedly believe that the energy and presence we brought over the last 4 years and hopefully continue to bring in the future, is merely a product of the people that we have become. The way we are as a class has nothing to do with how we were born or how we were raised, but rather how we grew together over what has been the most shockingly unique high school experience. From the moment we stepped foot into SAB, we were instantly faced with an abundance of challenges, such as finding all of our classes, figuring out who to sit with at lunch, and trying to go viral on TikTok. It wasn't too long before we started to settle in as we started making friends, writing exams, and finally getting to class on time. However, the sense of familiarity we were finally starting to get was short-lived due to our grade 9 year being cut short due to some small, insignificant virus you might have heard of. Soon enough, any advice that our peer students gave us had suddenly lost its meaning, leaving us to fend for ourselves. We quickly learned that the greatest challenge we would face in grade 9 would not be finding our class, but rather trying to stay motivated through online learning. Because, let's be real, you can't blame us. Getting up at 8 a.m. to learn about different kinds of rocks in geography class was no easy task. And before we knew it, grade 9 was over, because time flies when you're sitting at home and doing nothing. Then we had grade 10. And for those who don't know, grade 10 was half in class and half at home. We were split into something called cohorts. If you don't know what a cohort is, don't worry, because we didn't either, and some of us still don't know. But if it weren't for those beautiful cohorts, then we would have missed out on some of our most unique high school experiences, such as writing a math test with 10 other people over Snapchat, or falling asleep while discussing the Catcher in the Rye. By the time grade 11 rolled around, we were tasked with overcoming quadmesters, which posed no challenge, because if we could do everything else, then why not quadmesters? Soon enough, we were back in class, maskless, and only a year away from graduation. Overall, the class of 2023 has had quite a unique experience here at St. Andre Bessette. I found a quote I would like to share with you all today that I believe perfectly encapsulates our 4 years. This quote is not from Aristotle, Immanuel Kant, or even Albert Einstein, but rather someone we're all very familiar with, a very infamous business teacher here at SAB. The quote is simple, and it goes like this: roll dogs. 2 words. Yeah, exactly. We love you, baby. 2 words that in their simplicity tell a story of a class that was able to overcome challenges beyond their imagination. No matter what we faced, we rolled right through it. And we rolled through it together. We rolled through octomesters and quadmesters and cohorts and any other form of online learning. We rolled through our essays, exams, tests, culminatings, even when they were worth 30% of our final grade. Even when we felt overwhelmed by our own individual obstacles, we still rolled through it. And more importantly, we rolled through it together. Although our journey together seemed inconsistent at times, I like to believe our class actively delivered a sense of consistency in the form of unity and perseverance. Or, in other words, rolling. As our high school experience comes to a close here tonight, and we all set off on our own journeys, no matter where we are or what we do, we can take away one key thing: our ability to roll. So, to the St. Andre Bessette graduating class of 2023, I will say it to you just one more time. Roll Dog!
Thank you, Brian, and congratulations to you on your outstanding leadership as the 2023 St. Andre Bessette Catholic Secondary School Valedictorian. I call upon Mr. Barnes to present you with a gift to remember this moment.
Yeah.